This is part two of why I don't hate white people. I remember one time I went to this store. My mom sent me there because most black people wouldn't go to this store because it was a redneck store. That's the way we look at it. But they had the best meat. And my mom sent me there to get some bacon and Georgia sausage and a couple of other meats things. And when I was checking out, it was a little old lady sitting out front of the cash register. This little lady always be there. And we just thought she was one of the girls working there, grandmother or something. She was the cashier on break. That's why I always thought she was a cashier on break. So when I was bagging up my grocery right by this time, and she say, "Hey, you look familiar." And I said, "I don't look familiar, Miss Lady. You don't know me." She said, "I know your mama." "How you know my mama?" "Your mama Daisy Stubbs." "Damn sure will." She said, "Daisy my sister." She said, "I tell you what, go get Daisy. You ain't got to pay for nothing. Say, ring him up. Don't charge him." So run me up. So I go home, take my mama her meat, and I said, "Mama, the ladies won't charge me for the grocery." She said, "What lady?" "I don't know. She told me under one condition, if I bring you right back up there to see her." She said, "A lady at Bob and Todd?" I said, "Yeah." So I took my mom to Bob and Todd, and it was like she seen her own sister. They both went to crying, and she told the workers to go get two chairs for me and my mama, and they sat there and talked until dark. And I'm like, wondering, damn, how did the lady know mama was my mama and blah, 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 right? So when I got ready to take my mama home, and she say, "You know, I know that store all these years. I didn't know that child owned Bob and Todd." I said, "Oh, she owned Bob and Todd?" I said, "Yeah." She said she owned it. I didn't even know that after all these years. And she said, "I would have been coming there." And ever since then, I started going to Bob and Todd because I knew that they were redneck, but I know damn well they weren't racist. Because my mama say the people used to feed them when they were little children after they mama and daddy were gone. The people made sure they eat, hide them when the state come. You know, they'll go over to the house and play like they living there. Sometimes with my mama and them raising them. You know, they look out for my mama, and that's why, man, you can't hate white people. And my mama always taught me that. Every time she tell me one of these stories, she talked to me. Say, "Son, you can't hate all white people. I know what they did to you in college. But you know you're supposed to have been dead, right?" I go, "Yeah." She said, "Okay then." She said, "Just like slavery. White people fought to free us. So never hate all white people, because if the white people wouldn't have fought for our freedom, we won't be here now." And I always wondered about that because I love moms. All my uncles, all her brothers and sisters, you know? And part three is a doozy coming up. Thank you, and God bless.